So people normally, your clients, most of them they live in US and they use this island as a vacation place.
It's a vacation place for them as well as a business place as well, because it's small islands with rich people between the rich people, so they connect between them. Not very professional, but it's for them the possibility to meet all the rich people.
An intimate atmosphere of a small
Exactly, that would be
island.
a guy which is a real estate agent, which willing to meet another people with what to buy a house in California. Oh, perfect place to meet.
Hello, Sebastian.
Hello, how are you?
Very nice. Ready to talk about the professions that change the world?
I'm ready. We can go.
Perfect. So today we're having here Sébastien, and Sébastien has this kind of job that make you ask, so what are you exactly doing? And I think quite often people don't understand very well what you're doing because your profession is high-end concierge. Wow, I'm super astonished by myself. Let's listen.
So high-end concierge means to take care of people which is pretty rich people and provide a high-end service like organize all of their stay, to provide any services in book restaurants, book any plane, any what the guests need, I provide the service. All they need, I provide. Flowers, chef service, everything they need.
So you're the best friend of the families.
I am their main contact. Friends is a big word because I try to keep a professional relation with them, but I am part of a family sometimes. So I know everything on them, and they know me, and I am the man of confidence for them.
Exactly.
So they speak to me, and I try to provide the best service for them.
Because they trust you, the most important thing for them, their personalities, you know them, so you get access to very influential, very important people.
Exactly. As I have many connections in Saint-Barth, because I work in Saint-Barth, I can provide them the best services, the best table in the restaurant, the best option. We have plenty different hotel and services in Saint-Barth, but my services is the best one for them because I can have anything they need.
Let's make it clear for the people who are watching the video, what is the place where you're working, because it's a tiny island. The first time you mentioned it, I was like, okay, let's Google. You can explain, first of all, you're French, and this island is a French...
Exactly, it's a French collectivity. It's a part of a French territory, so we have the same regulation as France.
And it's located in the...
It's located in the Caribbean. It's a very small island. It's 21 kilometers square meter. And she's located next to the Guadeloupe and Martinique as well. So it's pretty small. So very exclusive as well.
And so it's a French territory, but the people who are mostly coming there and majority of your clients are?
And most of the clients is American people because it's all the Chinese people and everything will go to Polynesia, and all of the American people will go to Caribbean because it's closest for them to come.
Okay, interesting.
And we have many connection with them as well.
Interesting. So high-end concierge working in a very small island in the middle of the Caribbean Sea, with majority of the clients are Americans. When was the first time you realized you could be able to do this kind of service? Because I don't think it's this kind of job you can be taught at school. So
No.
someone who advised you or showed you that this actually happened.
Firstly, I start to enter in the luxury hotel to work as a concierge, but in the front office, very simple, in the desk. So I provide any information when the guests arrive in the luxury hotel and provide information on the area. After, I got an experience of 7 years on this kind of concierge, and after I choose to move in another island, which is where the service is pretty high. And in this island, I can be able to provide another level of service.
Because you started your career in France, right?
Exactly. I start all of my experience in France.
In French Riviera?
Not especially. I work in the French mountain station, Val Thorens. I work in Corsica as well. I work in south of France, but not a lot. And after I moved to the Caribbean, when I arrived in the Caribbean, I didn't do this job directly. I do 2 years of back office concierge primary, and after they offer me this position.
That sounds great. So actually, you started your career, and maybe you have a education in France, right?
Exactly.
Maybe
Yeah, I do all of my education in France. Exactly.
like management, hospitality, tourism sphere.
Yeah, I don't, I'm not from, my study primary was informatics, so I am totally out of hospitality education, but I do after a bachelor in hospitality industry and start in the luxury after. But to be honest, you don't need to have any certification, any education to do hospitalities. I think it's a work of experience, is a work of experience and work of passion as well.
Exactly.
I think you cannot learn this kind of work only with education or certification. You need to go, do your experience, and grow up.
So people, and okay, based on this conclusion, how do you think people normally enter into this kind of life? For example, maybe you can judge by your colleagues or by your own experience.
I think so. I think you have different people. Most of them will arrive with doing a diploma in concierge, and will have their first work in the concierge desk, and after will grow up. Or they do like me. They start in the basic, and after they do an experience in concierge and continue to have more experience. But it's not, concierge is a work of experience and connection as well. To have this work, you have to build connection, and when you have a good connection, you can have this kind of work.
For example, how you would describe your normal day when you're working with a client?
There is no normal day. This is why I love my job. There is no like any normal day. All of it is pretty different because it's totally depending on the guest. So if they want, I don't know, flowers today, organize a birthday for the children and everything. So you cannot plan anything. So everything is last minute. Everything is. You have to be pretty well organized to provide a service.
Okay, let's imagine you're getting a call at 7 a.m. You're in your bed. Can you get a call or a message from the client at this
Midnight,
time?
2 a.m., 3 a.m., 7 a.m.
And then they would be saying, today we want to do yachting.
Yep.
Or what would be the normal request at 2 a.m.?
At 2 a.m. So the thing is, anyway, at 2 a.m. the provider will be closed. But anyway, I will start to find the different options. With the different provider we work, we have connected on the different WhatsApp group and everything. So I would check all of the different availability and we provide the information as well.
So any kind of request can arise at 2 a.m.
Most of them, yeah. Most of them, yes. Except a restaurant request, which is pretty specific. Most of the information I can have in 2 a.m. Yeah.
So people normally, your clients, most of them, they live in US and
Yep.
they use this island as a vacation place.
Exactly, yeah. It's a vacation place for them as well as a business place as well, because it's small islands with rich people between the rich people, so they connect between them.
Like arranging restaurants, events, some conferences, not really.
Not especially conference, not very professional, but it's for them the possibility to meet all the rich people.
An intimate atmosphere of a small
Exactly, that would be
island.
that would be a guy which is a real estate agent, which will meet another people with what to buy a house in California. Oh, perfect place to meet.
What is what are the professions mostly of the clients?
It's pretty different. We
For
have
these
like
people?
technologic PDG, CEO. We have technologic CEO. We have lawyer. We have real estate agent. A lot of real estate agents as
Really?
well. Yeah, it's pretty very pretty rich people as well. We have for sure. We have public personality. What else? It's pretty wide, but most of them is lawyer, real estate agent, trader as well, which is financial, and I think that's all.
So which kind of personality you need to be, and it can be an advice for people who may watch the video to choose this kind of life, because you're living all the time in the island, right?
Yeah, I'm mostly living all of the time. I just have 2 months of vacation, but after I'm living all of the time in Saint-Barth. You have to be pretty well organized. You have to be, I think, I think organized is the most of my work. After you have to manage all the stress, because it's pretty stressful, because when you have a last minute request, of one of a guest, but you have many guests to handle at the same time. You have to manage, organize, and manage all of your stress.
And how long do you normally keep contact with the client? Is it like for 1 month, or only time they're on the island, or maybe you know some of them for years and they keep on coming back?
No, exactly. When it's for, when I have some guests which are arriving every year, which come. We have Sandboard is a island where the guests come one time per year. It's the same guest, you repeat guest always. So I have a connection with a guest, and I have a guest which write me every day or one day, one time per week to handle any restaurant, any reservation, because I have to prepare Thanksgiving, which arrive in November, for example. I have a permanent contact with them. When they want to rebook as well, they contact me. If they need any recommendation, if they have any friends arriving as well, they contact me. So I am in contact permanent with a guest to provide a service and to respect as well my company.
So the most important is to be organized, not to be afraid of stress.
Of course, a good resistance as well to the how we say it in English, fatigue, like
Tiredness.
Yeah, exactly. Good resistance because you don't sleep a lot. You wake up very early, and you can be wake up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So you have to be very have a good resistance, and you have to be as well very. The main part of my job is to keep a good connection with everyone. You have to be friendly, and you have to respect everyone as well. Because if you have a good connection with a restaurant, you can have a good table. But if you are very bad with a restaurant, you will not have nothing. You don't have a good table.
And in the small island, all these contacts are the things that matter the most.
Exactly. All the people know
each other.
Exactly.
It's all about personal relationships. So you need to be super oriented on connections.
Exactly. After, we have a good guests as well. So we have a chance to have the power to say, okay, my guest is very important as well. So you have to say yes to my guest as well. But we need to have a good connection to provide the best services in this kind of work.
So if someone who is living currently in Europe and get inspired with the story of living on the small Caribbean island surrounded by the ocean, working with a luxury segment, what would you recommend? How to start the career?
I think the best thing to start is to start basically in hotel, concierge desk.
In any kind of luxury hotel you have in your own city?
Exactly. To take the habits, to take the luxury codes, and to be able to provide a better service, and to know as well the different, because different culture has a different request. If you work with American people, it's different. If you work with Arabic people, it's different. If you work with German people, so
or Russians, or Indians,
exactly.
or Arabs,
so
of course, different.
I think this part of experience is pretty important to be able to provide a service and to know the people after.
So the next question is why? Why this profession? Because it looks really tiring.
It is. It is, but it's a very good experience to meet different people. We meet very rich people which has a good connection, so it's a good opportunity as well to have a new work, very interesting, and it's work of passion as well. We love the contact with the people, we love to provide a service, we love to create connection. For me, the most important is to have a good connection with the people.
That's totally understandable, because when your main agenda of the work is working with people, that of course should be the main reason to do it. Money is a very good question. Thank you for mentioning it. Satisfied with the salary, because looks like this is a kind of segment where you're able to earn a lot if you're working good, if you're proficient.
For sure.
That's a chance where you can earn a lot. How do you say would the normal salary look like, based on you have a standard salary, or it's mostly based on tips?
I will not mention any amounts, because it's pretty different of a guest. But for sure, we have a basic salary, which is classic,
provided by a French company.
Exactly. And after, we have a tips side, which might be important depending of your work. So if you do a good work, you can have a good tips. If you do a bad works, you will have a bad tips for sure.
But you would say in overall, you're more. Your job is mostly about tips.
Exactly. Is the big part of our salary is the tips. So for sure we have a basic, but the tips is why we continue to work.
Exactly,
For
because
sure.
it's the way the client shows their gratitude, that you don't sleep at night,
Exactly.
and that he keeps you
Is
sending
our-
messages at 2 a.m.
Is our, how I would say that, is our level of recognition, our level of gratitude of a guest as well. If we have a good tips, we know that the guest was very happy of our services as well. And for sure, if they're happy, we're happy.
Definitely. So you would say in the majority of the luxury hotels, all the
Yep.
concierges all around the world are like this.
For
the
sure.
Concierge mostly work with the tips.
Yeah. Most of the concierge is working like this. If a concierge desk in a luxury hotel, we have how we say, an account, a group account, and they have to we separate between them.
Okay.
But all the concierge will work with the basics and the tips, because hospitality industry don't especially respect the hours.
Exactly.
So it's.
So and the guest normally realize it, right? You've never met a guest who wouldn't know it, and for example, would have never left a tip, or never.
But that happens sometimes, see, for sure. Now you have some guests which is not giving tip, but it's.
They consider you're paid, and it's true, you're already
Exactly.
paid.
It's depending on the culture. Everything is depending on culture. For example, French culture will be different as American culture. American has a culture of tips, so will tips for sure.
I think
more.
in French culture, it's a little bit much less common to tips than in American culture.
Exactly. Or after you have culture which don't tips as well. You take South America culture, which don't have a culture of tips
At all.
So they will not specially tips.
Okay.
Well, it's part of the work, so it's like this.
But you would say 95% of your clients are from the United States.
Exactly. Yeah. No. After we have more and more Brazilian, which is arriving on the island.
Brazilian.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
It's a new national. So South America, Mexican, and Brazilian, which start to arrive in the Caribbean as well.
French people go.
French during the summer, July, August, but start to be.
Old money French.
It's less and less because
Less
it's pretty expensive for them. So we are very. I think at the beginning we have a lot of French, but now as the rate is increasing, the French start to decrease. Let's see.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Sebastian, have you ever heard of Ikigai?
Ikigai? No, I not at all.
So it's a Japanese concept which talks about the life we live in and our attitude and the work we do and the connection between life and work. And there are more main questions in Ikigai. Do you think you're good at what you're doing?
I think so. I think so because I'm working for the company since 5 years now, and they are very satisfied of my work. The guest is satisfied of my work as well, and I have like 90% of my guests is a repeat guest which come every year. So.
That's the most important
exactly.
point.
So I think it's. I think for myself, I think I do a great job. For sure, we can always improve our competence.
No, but it's important that your self-esteem is good. You feel yourself a professional. It's okay. It's important. About the mission, what do you think how this job contributes to the world? Why do you think your job is important for them?
I think it's important for them because they have a main contact in the different area they go, and they trust me. So I think it's important for them because when they arrive on the place they don't know at all, they have a person which is here to assist, they can trust, and which can organize what they want. So they can just arrive, relax, and do not think anything. Yeah. Just request and be sure they will have what they want. My job is just to provide and to provide like a comfort for the guests arriving. So they arrive and they just think of nothing.
Sounds amazing. Even I would be happy to have a concierge. But I think not necessarily elite hotels, but also just good premium hotels have some concierge.
Of course.
Just your high end.
I anticipate everything. So what they need, I will provide, and I will go further this to provide what they don't need as well. To be sure, they have to do nothing.
So the third question, do you love what you do?
Of course, yes. I love my job because I meet a lot of people, I travel a lot, I do good connection with people, and I don't like the works which is wake up at 7 a.m., finish at 5 p.m. Exactly, the routine. I don't like at all. But here my job is all the days different.
It's anti-routine. It's nothing.
Exactly.
It's pretty opposite of routine.
Exactly, it's totally opposite, and it's for me it's the best, and I am totally autonomous as well in my work. If there is any problem, I have to do a report to my company. Otherwise, I'm totally autonomous.
Sounds great. The first question: do you think you're getting paid for what you're doing? Paid well enough for what you're doing?
I would say yes and no. I think if you just stop at the company salary, no, because we do a lot of hours. But after globally, if you include the tips and everything, yes, nothing to say. It's good.
Satisfied with what you're getting for what you're doing?
For sure, for sure. But after, for me, it's very specific. I am in Saint-Barth. I work with very rich people, and my situation might be different for people which is working for different company and different as well, different culture and different location as well.
So, of course, you wouldn't say that the jobs that necessarily will be paid a lot, because the standard salary is not
depending where
that
you are
high.
and with which nationality you work and with which company as well.
Okay, definitely. So it cannot be advertised as the jobs that for sure will be paid a lot wherever you go.
Exactly, it's depending where you work.
Depends on pretty a lot of factors.
Exactly.
So our fifth question about Ikigai, even though it's out of the official concept, but me with my partner, we thought of it by ourselves, because we actually think that the most important thing, well, one of the most important thing is a work-life balance. And we decided to add it as a fifth question. How would you evaluate your work-life balance?
I think it's not too bad. I think I am happy.
Not too bad. Based on what I've heard, it sounds like you're working all the time and have no time for personal life.
Exactly. Yes, I think all except this part is just the personal life. All the part I'm very happy because I'm happy. I like my job. I win my life very good. I can travel a lot. The thing is, when I work, but after I can do what I want next to.
Out of 10, how would you evaluate your work-life balance?
I would say 8. 8 is good because
8 is out of 10. Okay.
Yes, 8 is good because except the personal life, but I try to manage. I think the rest is perfect.
Thank you so much, Sebastian, for this conversation.
With pleasure.
Really inspiring, and I'm
pleasure.
happy to see that someone likes their job so much. Talking about working with the clients and working for clients with an open heart and eyes like yours, I'm really inspired. I really wish I could have concierge like yourself.
Hope you can find a concierge for your life and for everything. Might be comfortable for everyone. Exactly.
In future, let's work for it. Let's think of the future. Thank you so much, Sebastian.
My pleasure.
It was a really pleasure. Thank
as
you
well,
so much.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best clients in the future.
You as well, Dana. Thank you.